Yo, and today we have, or we're gonna figure out why do animals eat their babies. I ain't gonna lie. Don't wait. Don't pray mantises do that to their kids. Yeah, I think it's because they just think their kids look delicious.
Let's start with the elephant in the room, or maybe the lion in the den. Why on earth would an animal, after going through the pain and effort of reproduction, suddenly turn around and kill its own offspring? It sounds like the worst parenting strategy since giving toddlers espresso. And yet, across the animal kingdom, it happens. A lot. It's not just a freak accident. It's not because they went crazy. It's biology. Cold, brutal, evolutionary logic. But still, yikes. Let's break it down. Survival of the fittest. We hear this phrase all the time, but in nature it's not a metaphor. Sometimes only the strongest offspring are worth investing in. If a chick is weak,
Oh, that makes a lot more sense, bro. They come out looking like what's it called? I've never seen the movie, but the little dinosaur. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? The one with the green long neck dinosaur. Yeah, the one where he's all small. I can see why you want to eat that. It's like if you're 6'5" and your kid ends up being like, or coming out, no, ends up being 5'6", it's kind of like, yeah, you wish you ate him because now he ain't going to go to the NBA. You feel me? And that makes sense.
or sickly, a parent bird may simply push it out of the nest. That's not neglect, that's resource management. Harsh? Yes, but imagine having 5 mouths to feed during a famine. If one baby can't keep up, investing in it might endanger the rest.
Again, real talk. If you're in the NBA, your kid only like reaches 5'6", he ain't going to the league. He plays soccer or worse, lacrosse. You might as well eat him.
In storks, eagles, and pelicans, siblicide is not only tolerated, it's practically a feature. The firstborn often pecks the second to death, and
Damn.
parents just watch. Evolutionarily speaking, it's like nature saying, hey, we budgeted for one. In some species, weaker infants are killed to conserve energy or protect the health of the group. It's ruthless, but it's how certain populations have managed to stay resilient for millennia. Sometimes, even within the same litter, the size or behavior of one offspring may trigger parental rejection. Think of it as a brutally honest performance review where not everyone makes the cut. Some species, like pigs and seals, will naturally prioritize the strongest babies, either by direct elimination or neglect. This past
A pig? Like, I'm not sure. I mean, boars, maybe, but most pigs I know get turned into what? Ribs? So do they still do that in farms and whatnot? Like, you feel me? Like, are we eating all the ones that got eaten by their some of the like pig based food that we eat? One of those pigs probably ate one of their kids. Jesus
of infanticide ensures that limited resources go to those most likely to thrive. It's not personal, it's math. Now let's talk about one of the most infamous reasons, a new male in town. In species like lions, when a male takes over a pride, he doesn't just swagger in and high-five the
He's not trying to be a stepdad.
cubs. He kills them. Why? Because females with nursing cubs aren't ovulating. The new male wants to pass on his genes, and fast. By eliminating the existing cubs, he brings the females back into estrus in a matter of weeks. Yes, it's horrifying, but from an evolutionary standpoint, it makes
Well, even in nature, dudes do anything for some butt. Oh my god, Ray just eat a whole kid about some cheek clapping.
brutal sense. The male has limited time in charge. He's maximizing his reproductive window. It's like hitting refresh on the pride's gene pool. And it's not just lions, langurs, gorillas, and even some rodent species exhibit this behavior. The logic is always the same. Out with the old genes, in with the new. This
Yeah, Tarzan survived, so come on now. He's human. And apparently, yeah, one-on-one, if they're not me, a human being is definitely weaker than a gorilla. So how come Tarzan wasn't just turned into steak, French fries, or whatever gorillas think we are?
behavior often sparks intense protective instincts in mothers. Some female primates fake estrus or hide their babies to trick or avoid infanticidal males. Evolution, after all, is an arms race. Some males have even been observed grooming infants to gain trust, only to later turn violent. It's manipulative, yes, but it reflects the lengths evolution will go to secure genetic dominance. When times get tough, tough mothers make impossible decisions. If food is scarce, some animals terminate their pregnancy or kill newborns to conserve energy. In rabbits, a mother may eat her young if she senses environmental danger or stress, not out of
So they're gonna just end you because they care.
malice, but because producing milk, staying alert, and staying alive may not be compatible. Hamsters, same deal. A stressed out mother will cull the litter if she feels overwhelmed. It's like she's saying, I can either raise these babies or survive the week, but not both. This isn't just desperation, it's evolutionary triage. In the long run, surviving to reproduce again is more valuable than risking it all on one doomed litter. And it doesn't stop with rodents. Bears and primates have also been observed abandoning or killing their own infants in extreme stress. Harsh climates, predator pressure, or habitat destruction can push animals toward drastic behavior. Nature doesn't hand out medals for parenting, it rewards survival. In some amphibians, like certain frog species, mothers may adjust their behavior depending on rainfall or temperature. When conditions are good, they reproduce. When not, they behavior depending on rainfall or temperature. When conditions
What freak ball took this picture? If it, like, you know what I'm saying? I get science and whatnot, but seeing or your job being wait for these two frogs to bang froggy style. When the bang frog style is your job, damn. I mean, for a certain amount of money, sure, but
are good, they reproduce. When not, they eat their own eggs to regain nutrients. Nature is nothing if not pragmatic. Extreme environmental conditions can even alter brain chemistry. In some animals, maternal behavior is hormonally suppressed during food shortages, making the mother more likely to reject or attack her young. It's evolution flipping the switch from nurture to survive. Sometimes it's not
Tim's new
just about cutting losses, it's about making gains. In some species, killing and consuming their young can actually provide a nutritional boost. Fish like the sand goby are known to eat parts of their clutch. It's not because they're hungry, it's often to improve the odds for the remaining eggs. By reducing the number of mouths to care for, they boost the survival chances of the rest. Plus, hey, protein. Some scientists even argue that this kind of cannibalism is strategic. It helps
you know what I was just about to say? Yeah, they should just stop having kids. And then I realized animals don't have condoms.
parents regain energy lost during reproduction, allowing them to try again under better conditions. Spiders and amphibians do this too. Cane toads, for example, will eat tadpoles that aren't their own, and occasionally their own, especially when food is limited. It's the circle of life. If the circle was a loop back to breakfast, this makes baby eating less like a horror movie and more like calorie budgeting, which is, admittedly, still horrifying, but slightly more understandable. In fact, some species even use it as a population control mechanism. Too many young? Let's reduce numbers and stabilize the environment. It's
Like Thanos. Like Thanos. I understand it now.
gruesome but oddly efficient, and it's not always the parents. In crowded aquatic environments, adult fish of the same species sometimes eat juveniles just to balance the food chain within their microhabitat. It's nature's harsh version of family planning. Sometimes baby killing isn't calculated, it's a tragic mix-up. In crowded nesting areas, birds may trample or smother chicks unintentionally. In rodents, mothers may fail to recognize their own offspring, especially if they're handled by humans and lose their scent. Even in
Makes sense.
chimpanzees, occasional infanticide occurs during social chaos, dominance fights, territorial disputes, or confusion about paternity. These aren't always strategic killings. They can be panicked.
So you're telling me these monkeys do their own type of Maury show. Like, if you're not the father, you just get a The baby. Oh, right.
Directed aggression, and in captivity, animals may display higher rates of infanticide due to stress, unnatural groupings, or lack of environmental cues.
Damn.
What looks cruel might actually be a side effect of putting wild animals in human-designed spaces. Accidental infanticide reminds us that animal behavior is not always driven by logic. Emotion, confusion, and environmental context all play a role. Even the best evolutionary plans can unravel in the chaos of real life. In laboratory mice, for example, a sudden change in cage or scent can trigger maternal rejection, even after initial bonding. The line between instinct and error is razor thin.
Well, wouldn't you be able to, like, I mean, I get it. Well, it's like, if it's your kid, right, you should be able to know what they look like at least. I mean, all mice do come. I mean, do they look the same to each other? Is it like a all black people look the same to white people type of thing? Or is it more of a they genuinely look alike? Like all of them look the same.
Let's be clear, evolution doesn't endorse killing your young, but it does preserve behaviors that improve reproductive success. If infanticide helps an individual pass on more genes, it sticks around. It's important to remember that natural selection isn't moral. It's not kind. It's efficient. Genes don't care how you feel. They care whether they make it to the next generation. In that context, baby-killing behaviors make brutal evolutionary sense. They're often conditional, not default, triggered by stress, instability, or opportunity. They're flexible strategies shaped by millions of years of survival math. And when these strategies work, when they lead to more surviving offspring in the long term, evolution hits save changes. That's how you get behavior that looks monstrous to us, but logical to nature. Infanticide might even act as a reset button, allowing a parent to try again under better circumstances. It's cold comfort, but sometimes the future of the species.
Damn. So they're like, what? Well, example, nah. They're just like Omni-Man for real. Like, bad conditions, the kid's not gonna turn out the way you like, but the environment's not good. So it's kind of like, what's another 18 years? You feel me? Alright.
Species depends on brutal calls in the moment. And while we'd like to think of nature as nurturing, the reality is much more complicated. Evolution's main goal isn't happiness, it's continuation, and sometimes that comes at a devastating cost. This is where things get uncomfortable, because while infanticide is abhorrent in human societies, it has existed throughout history. Anthropologists have documented cases of child exposure, selective neglect, and infanticide in ancient cultures, usually in times of extreme poverty, war, or social pressure. While we've created ethical frameworks and legal protections, our distant ancestors weren't operating under the same codes. What sets us apart is the development of moral reasoning, empathy, and the ability to reflect on our actions. We've evolved not just bigger brains, but societies that reward care, nurture, and protection of the vulnerable. But even in humans, the biological roots of resource.
Yeah, like, bruh, what do you call it? I'm pretty sure in some countries, like, you get paid to have kids. Feel me? Like, you get paid to take care of your kids, or like the whole Japan thing where they're paying people to have kids. You feel me? Like, yeah, morality, blah blah blah.
Stress, competition, and reproductive strategy echo quietly beneath the surface. Understanding where those instincts come from can help us better confront and overcome them. We're not separate from nature, we're a part of it. But we also build hospitals, write poetry, and adopt rescue dogs. Our compassion is real, and our ability to rise above our biology is perhaps our most human trait. To balance out the grim stuff, nature also gives us stories of animal altruism. Think adoption in elephants, dolphins, and even bats. Some animals raise young that aren't theirs, even
How the fuck do we get? How? I don't even understand. How do we manage this? I mean, unless they were like caught as babies and just grew up together, I guess. But what happens when instinct takes over and they start fighting?
at a cost to themselves. In vampire bats, individuals share blood meals with hungry roost mates, even unrelated ones. In certain birds, helper siblings delay their own breeding to care for younger brothers and sisters. These behaviors may seem sweet, and they are, but they also serve evolutionary logic, kin selection, reciprocity, and long-term cooperation. Some species, like bonobos, are particularly nurturing and tolerant of infants, even those from different social...
That's not even fair. Dude was just born, has no hair, and a full grown beard. Like, for me, how his can connect when he's just born? But I can grow this for a whole year, and it'll never gonna connect.
groups. These traits may be linked to social bonding and group cohesion, beneficial qualities in highly intelligent animals. And even within species that commit infanticide, individuals sometimes adopt or protect orphaned young under special conditions. Biology is messy like that.
Yeah.
It's not black and white, it's a spectrum of possibilities. So why do animals kill their young? Because nature isn't fair. It's strategic. It's a cold equation of resources, genes, and survival odds. It's deeply unsettling, but it's also a window into how evolution shapes behavior, not with kindness, but with consequences. And in the end, maybe that's what makes us human. Not that we escaped nature's logic, but that we chose to rise above it. Just don't give your...
Well, I mean, W humans in the chat.